Within the framework of the ongoing debate about active management, boutiques, I think, have a very important role to play. I think a lot of people have studied sort of active versus passive management, and they've tended to do it, by looking at the performance of mutual funds, typically. However, if you actually break it down and look at the performance of boutique investment managers relative to non-boutiques, you actually see that the boutique investment managers do deliver consistent outperformance. And so we analysed the performance of boutiques against those of non-boutiques, and we found that across almost all investment categories over pretty long time periods, 20-year period, we found that on average they outperformed by 62 basis points per annum. Now, 62 basis points may not sound like a lot, but over a 20-year lifespan, that adds up to 16% of additional wealth. So that's a real differentiated advantage of boutiques against non-boutiques. We also, in the same study, went on and looked at the boutique performance relative to the indices. And there we found that in all of the categories we looked at, so different flavors of US equities, large cap, small cap, value, growth, and in global equities and emerging equities, we found that in all of the categories, the boutiques had actually outperformed the relevant index over that 20-year period, on average by 135 basis points per annum. And that adds up to really meaningful capital appreciation. And even beyond that, if you can find the very best boutiques, you see really exceptional levels of return. So upper quartile boutiques performing by 5.8% per annum relative to non-boutiques, and clearly the top decile, delivering over 11% a year of excess return, which is really meaningful return characteristics. When you break it down and say, well, why are boutique investment managers delivering this performance advantage? You can see a number of factors. I think the first factor that we'd point to is that the principals of boutique investment management firms own the equity in the firm, and this gives them a very close alignment with their clients. They succeed when their clients succeed. Secondly, boutiques, particularly AMG boutiques, are very focused on having a multi-generational management team so that they have a long-term, robust structure. I think thirdly, and very importantly, they have an entrepreneurial spirit. So the types of individuals that want to work for boutiques are those that want to have independence of thought, don't want to be constrained by a larger entity, want to have investment autonomy. And that leads, I think, into the next fourth point, that they are focused on investment results. People say investment-centric. And then finally, they have a very long-term outlook. So all of these factors come together to give this really long-term alignment with clients, and ultimately, that's what leads to the best investment results.